Hello, guys, and welcome to another edition of Pink Sock Podcast. I am your host, Mike Usenick, and we are joined by the one, the only, well-worn boot, who has a new single coming out, Golden Urchin, that comes out on 4/20. You know, these guys smoke a lot of dope, which that's why they're friends of mine now. And they also have a new album coming out, River Bottom Nightmare, that comes out next month on the 6th. Here they are. We got well-worn boot. How you guys doing?
What's good, baby? Mike of the Pink Sock Podcast. I gotta say, it's a pleasure to be rocking with you on a Saturday morning right now. Listen, for those of you who don't know exactly who we are, I'm gonna go ahead and take this opportunity to introduce myself, the plainsman of well-worn boot, and of course, my handy-dandy backup boy, Baby Buckingham.
Oh, you know that's me. And here we go.
So let me get a little bit of a backstory from you guys, since you wanted to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. Oh, backstory about us. Well, you know, we've been a band for about, what you think, 10 years, something like that?
10 years.
Yeah. We started in college.
2011.
In college, right?
2011.
Doing it in college, kicking butt. You know, basically, you know, when you're in a college, it's a crazy time.
We played like 100 times at the same 5 bars.
Yeah, basically you do the circuit. We did a circuit through Western New York, and we're right now we're transitioning into the Ohio and Pennsylvania region.
Yeah.
But since those formational days back in the early aughts, as they say,
2011.
we've been doing nothing but kicking butt since then, baby. Here we are, like I said, promoting our new album, River Bottom Nightmare. Gonna be out on streaming services everywhere. Spotify, fuck you. Bandcamp, fuck you. All you guys are stealing our money. Everybody's stealing our money. We don't care.
Sorry.
We got to pump out the content, baby.
Spotify's really bad at paying people. Like that.
It's like they don't even care.
Yeah, it's like they don't care about the arts, baby. Listen, I look at Spotify. I walked into the room with one of the corporate higher ups of Spotify the other day. I said, "Listen, buddy." I said, listen, you're going to have to renovate your entire policy. You're going to have to start prioritizing artists.
From the top.
And if you don't, you're going to get a piece of my mind on the Pink Sock Podcast.
Follow the
Well,
money.
here we are.
Listen, I haven't even started drinking yet today, but I'm highly caffeinated. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
I'm highly caffeinated as well, so you're good. Highly caffeinated, lightly medicated. That's what. So I do live in Ohio, and I see you guys are doing a show in Ohio.
Yeah, we got one booked at the B side. I think it's the other side of the grog shop, and then we're working on another one coming later in the summer.
Yeah.
We're going to be hitting up Ohio. We're going to be taking Ohio by storm.
We're going to be everywhere in Ohio.
And for those of you guys that, you know, were maybe chilling at the Nelson Ledges Quarry Park in the early 2000s, we were ripping it up with Bad Smish, or what is it?
Michael Baker was there.
Michael Baker of Bad Fish. We were smoking bats with the baddest bands alive, baby. You know, people say a lot of fucked up shit about the Nelson Ledges Quarry Park. They suggest there's only deviant, drug-using assholes that frequent there. Wrong. Everyone there is a good person. 100% of the people that live in Ohio are good people.
Correct, Mundo.
What's wrong with being a deviant
You get in
drug
trouble.
user?
Listen, you get in trouble with the law.
You want to get in trouble and you want to stay out of trouble.
Also, listen, you got to prioritize staying out of trouble.
Yeah.
You know, there's a balance in life between being completely fucked up on drugs and being arrested by the American government and put in jail unrightfully. And one thing that I'm wondering is, has Ohio implemented legalized cannabis?
Actually, now that you mention that, on 4/20, we are actually a bunch of cannabis advocates are going to the State House, and we're going to be petitioning because there is a recreational bill that they're looking at right now for growing in Ohio. I'm a medical patient, so they don't really fuck with me, but I'd like to see everyone be able to get it.
Perfect.
That's the thing.
Because
is like
you should be able to grow your own.
It's absurd. Listen. You know, the medical debate, obviously if we got to guise everyone being stoned all the time in some sort of medical cloak, that's fine. But some of us just want to be high. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with just wanting to be high. So it's like, I love the idea of the medical argument. Perfect. Okay. But also just plainly speaking, you know,
let me have some.
Let me have some. You know, like you don't need, a person should be allowed
To have some.
to recklessly indulge in drugs and alcohol based on their own decision making, regardless of whether or not it's good or bad for their health.
Sex so.
That's why you should be allowed to smoke cigarettes indoors in front of people and not be vaccinated as well.
Exactly. Sorry about that. We had a technical difficulty, but what I was saying was I believe everyone should be able to get cannabis because the fact is it's medicine at the end of the day.
I agree with you. Now listen, we have people ask us a lot of times, what is the root of our influences?
What is it?
Okay. And while we are influenced by artists throughout the world,
they want to know.
People don't know that the main thing that we're influenced by is Thin Man's Black IPA branded well-worn boot. Now, earlier this year, the brilliant Thin Man Brewery released a brand new black IPA that is completely branded after the well-worn boot boys. Now,
that is badass.
Just so you know,
yeah, right it is, baby.
I don't know what kind of retail stores you have in the state of Ohio. It's been a while since I cruised through that region.
Try and get some.
But if you got Wegmans, or
easier to get weed.
If you got Wawa, or if you got, you know, like you can order it on Amazon Prime, you can get our beer. All right.
That's true.
Just go ahead and put out a quick search on Google. $15, we'll ship it to you, baby.
Google.com, the beer.
So also another thing, you know, like, and he just said well-worn boot, the beer, and well-worn boot. You know, it's like this constant branding process is what we do when you're selling out in the United States. You just have to brand yourself and then fucking let people do whatever they want with you. I had wellwornboot.net, you know, and this goofball tried to sell me wellwornboot.com. This guy, and he said he sent me an email, all right, and he said, "Listen, I got he said I got wellwornboot.com, and I got it for $450." I said, "Okay, moron, how about $5?" He didn't stand a chance. This guy, he tried to act like it was gonna. Not me. That's how they get you. That is how they get you.
Yeah, they get you with the dog. They try to overcharge for websites. I had that issue my damn self. I'm like, what the hell?
You got pinksock.com?
I'm going to create it. I actually had a media company I was running at the time that I created. I'm like, it's cheaper just to do .net. Jesus.
That's what I mean. And people also, it's stigmatized. Having a .net website is stigmatized. And having an AOL email. People think that people say, okay, boomer to you if you have an at AOL.com. And people will say, okay, boomer to me if I put 2 spaces after a period. Okay, so what? I was educated in the 1940s in an ancient American educational system that's completely outdated now. That's not my problem.
Dude, at least you have AIM or AOL. I have AIM still.
Listen, now I'm going to give the baby, I know I've been hogging the mic a little bit. I'm going to give the baby a little chance to talk about his favorite part of 90s culture.
Everything.
Everything's his favorite part of 90s culture. I was hoping he was going to say Smarter Child, actually.
Smarter Child, you know.
What do you think of all these 90s shows making comebacks?
Oh,
you know, I don't mind.
He doesn't mind.
If I'm not going to watch it, what do I give an F?
Yeah, he doesn't give an F if they want to remake Fuller House.
I don't give a flying F.
He doesn't.
If they want to make Fuller House,
he does.
I'm just not going to watch it.
He's not going to watch it.
Did you guys watch that 90s show, though?
I did watch Fuller House. It was okay.
Oh, the 90s. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because they made that 70s show and then they made that 90s show.
They made that 80s show for a minute. Remember that?
No.
Oh, that show sucked.
They made it, though.
No, listen, I would not watch that 90s show. I don't. Ashton Kutcher is the type of person.
Oh, yeah, he's in there. He's Kelso, right?
You don't want to hang out with Ashton Kutcher. Listen, I ran into Ashton Kutcher one time in North Hollywood.
He just messes with you.
All he does is troll. All right, people want to talk about trolling and trolling is bad and that stuff. And you know, we're not trying to say it's not bad because it is bad and it does cause a society to have a complete, continual emotional breakdown.
He thinks every minute is pumped.
Individually and collectively, we have a breakdown if we're just going to troll each other 24/7. But Kutcher doesn't get it. I mean, this guy, Kutcher walks in the room, and this is a guy, he's got an old guy mask on, and you got no idea it's him.
He's on roller skates.
He's on roller skates taking a poo in the middle of the road.
Right.
And it's like, wow, Ashton Kutcher, this guy is crazy, baby.
Somehow the joke is on me.
Yeah, and somehow,
Just because I'm there.
yeah, I witnessed Ashton Kutcher in an old man mask and roller skates taking a poop in the middle of Fifth Avenue.
Taking a dump, man.
And somehow,
are you sure that wasn't Johnny Knoxville?
They had a mask on.
listen, the whole form
It's outdated.
needs to be. It's an outdated form. Eric Andre is like. It's an outdated form. I'm sorry. Eric Andre is the best in the biz for that, but the form is outdated. You can't just go and take a poop in the middle of the street and say that it's funny. It's not.
It's not anymore. That's just called being intoxicated in the streets of New York.
I'm surprised it's legal to do POV man with camera comedy format in the United States in the streets. It should be made illegal right now.
Do you remember Bum Bum song?
Yeah, do you remember Bum Bum
That
song?
was sweet though. Let's make an exception for Bum Bum song. Tom Green.
Mike, do you know Bum?
That isn't very fun.
Mike, I don't want to do this because I'm dating myself here, but do you remember the Tom Green show?
I like to
Oh, yeah, I remember Tom Green, yeah.
Oh. So yeah, the Bum Bum song is something for all of our listeners who don't know the Bum Bum song. It's basically Tom Green. He walks around on the street. He puts his butt on people, and then he says, "My bum is on the blank," right?
It started out, he was on like a cruise ship, right? He was super drunk this one episode on the cruise ship. And he's walking up and down on the hall, or he's acting like he's drunk, I don't know. Anyhow, he's like sitting on different stuff, trying to piss off his producer, being like, my bum is on this. Flash forward, 3 months later, or whatever, maybe even 5 minutes into the show, he's got a whole music video about it. He's got his butt's under. Eminem did it in his video to make fun of it.
It's genius.
The bum is on your lips. The bum is on your lips. That song.
It's really genius.
Dude, that is fucking awesome. Whatever happened to Tom Green? You hardly ever see him anymore.
Well, listen.
He's doing stand-up
Listen,
on TV.
I follow him on Instagram. Turns out he sucks now.
That happens a lot.
I thought he had a funny joke about people like in the future they would just have like he made them shaped like this, and they just had long fingers to use their phone and like long eyes to look at it.
No one knows what you're talking about.
He was sitting on a stool. He was doing it. It made sense when Tom Green did it. He made a lot of money doing that kind of stuff.
See, a lot of those guys back then you don't see a lot of, like Pauly Shore, for instance. Whatever happened to Paul? He's in music now. It's not a very good band, but he's in music now.
Pauly Shore was, I just watched Encino Man recently, not bad. You know, it held up more than I thought. You know, like in the 90s, I think I thought Pauly Shore, I was like, I guess I thought he wasn't too good. But then, you know, upon revisiting Encino Man amidst the Renaissance.
The Renaissance, right.
Upon revisiting Encino Man, I realized, you know, this guy's quite a talented comedic performer with a truly idiosyncratic delivery method.
You talking about Brendan or Pauly?
I'm talking about Pauly Shore now.
Pauly Shore.
Pauly's amazing. He actually has a new movie coming out. I don't know if you guys saw the commercial for that or not, but Biodome. They're doing a second one.
They're making Biodome 2.
Yes.
Man,
I'm glad that he's finally getting his sequel money, baby. Someone's got to do it.
I'd like to be in there.
Did they crowdfund it, or did some idiot actually give them real money for this?
I think some idiot gave him money.
I like it. I like that. Well, the thing is, you know, they're making Super Troopers 3 or something like that. I mean, like they're giving Broken Lizard more money, baby. I'm into it.
Broken Lizard, isn't Broken Lizard all crowdfunded?
Well, they were this is a good. The Super Troopers 2 was crowdfunded, but I believe the film that they are currently making is a streaming service affiliated thing. So
Exclusive.
I think they got an exclusive streaming service thing going on
It's an
right
exclusive deal.
now. Listen, it's my dream to collaborate with Farva. I mean, this guy's a genius.
He's so funny.
One of the most overlooked, you know, I was talking about Pauly Shore being a genius, but if you go back and view the Leader Cola scene, it's as though God himself came down and took a comedic spew all over Farva himself, and that he just ruminated in it, and then
He marinated.
from there, brilliance came about.
I love it because when they went to, what was it, like Mexico, they're like, they actually have Liter Cola here.
Absurd. Listen, these guys are, you know, like a lot of people are sitting around, you know, acting like Broken Lizard is irrelevant because they made Beer Fest.
It's funny.
And Beer Fest was funny. And then they made Club Dread. And then
I don't think I saw that.
they made Beer Fest 2. They made Super Troopers 2.
I guess I didn't see most of these movies.
Yeah.
Club Dread is amazing. You need to watch it.
I saw Super Troopers 1.
I don't know. Yeah, Club Dread's overrated. Listen, I don't know.
I think I saw Judge Dredd.
We are dying to get our due props. Listen, Broken Lizard, Jay Chandrasekhar, or whoever you say your last name. Farva, whatever your real name is. Join our band. We want Farva to join our band.
Not worthy.
We're gonna make him the annoying fucking police guy. You know,
you got a mask with your name on it, baby.
Have him play the cowbell.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you were watching a regular ass rock show full of dudes that look like this? Okay. And then Farva comes out and he starts playing the cowbell. Come on, baby, that's genius.
That's fucking incredible.
I would love that.
I fucking love it. So, do you guys know what a pink sock is before you came on the show?
It's a sex thing, right?
Yeah. It's a prolapse rectum.
So your
what?
butt falls out. Your butt falls out, right?
Your butt falls out?
It just falls right out of there.
Oh my
Get out of there!
That's disgusting, baby.
Yeah. Have you guys seen one?
No.
Oh,
No,
do you
I
want to?
want
I'm just kidding.
You can put it on the screen, but we're going to close our eyes and not look.
No, thank you.
Listen, people always think we're into extreme things because we just happen to be, you know, like who we are.
Fucking sick.
But our sensibilities are not that extreme. People are like, hey, you want to see this picture of like a guy and his head, he got blown apart by a bus in like the 90s and it's on Faces of Death? It's like, no!
Absolutely not.
I don't want to watch some dude get hit by a bus.
I don't want to see any of it.
That's not my idea of a good time, baby.
I never even saw Two Girls, One Cup, and I don't want to.
No chance we'd ever watch Two Girls, One Cup.
No.
And listen, you know, in the 90s when your buddy used to steal your computer and change the background to lewd pictures from pornography?
That was at least funny, but you get in trouble.
Yeah, you can't do that these days. You will go, they'll cancel you if you do that.
What was the obsession? What was the obsession in the early 2000s with people looking at people dying in weird porn? Like, what was it?
F that. No, thank you.
I don't know why Faces of Death was so good. You know, we had never been given the chance. We had never been given the responsibility to say, as a society, you can look at a picture of a man dying at the very moment. You can do that.
Yeah.
That's the first time where we ever could just do that as a culture.
I don't want it.
And we couldn't handle it. We all looked.
That's why I don't go to that website. That's why I'm not going to watch whatever movie I'm supposed to be mad about they're making. Whatever, dude. So in short, Mike, as a name, Pink Sock we think is very good. But whether or not we want to look at a pink sock, hell no, we don't want to look. We don't want to look at that. That's gross.
It's not as good of a sight as it sounds. I named the podcast because you need something original, but it also sounds innocent.
It does.
It's very happy, I think, too.
Yes, it combines a casual innocence with a you know.
It's got a certain je ne sais quoi.
It's got a certain je ne sais quoi. He makes a good point.
Yes, and it's funny because I get guests that are like, "What is a pink sock?" And sometimes I'm like, "I don't want to tell you." Like,
I would say.
What does that say about us?
For what you're doing, it's best if they don't know and they're not prepared to just let them not know. I would say.
Right. So since we were talking about Google in the lovely early 2000s, what was the last thing you guys Googled?
I don't know.
I have no idea. You want me to look?
No, because that might say a lot more about you than you want people
Okay. That's the last thing that I Googled. All right. I just got to remember that when it comes to talk shows, it doesn't matter what the person asks. I just say whatever the fuck I want. The last thing I Googled was my band, baby. wellwornboot.net, Well-Worn Boot. And if you're by a computer right now, I'd suggest you Google it as well. Because you're probably not totally familiar with what we do. And you probably just think I'm some dude that sounds like a wrestler. And, you know, that's not far from the truth. But it's actually very complex. So you're going to want to dig right in and see the bulk of the material and see what it is that we do and see the entertainment product that we provide for the consuming, you know, whatever the fuck, where we live now, whatever that is.
You know, this whole time, I've just been thinking, like, you know how when you drive and, like, you just kind of forgot you drove, but you definitely drove? I think I do that every time I use my phone.
Yo.
I can't even remember what I was looking at.
That's what happens when you look at your phone and drive.
What?
Listen, do you remember? That's,
What?
I think it's called something like highway hypnosis.
Yeah, but what is it like? Like a phone one?
Doctors previously thought that highway hypnosis was only happening when you're in the car. But every time we look at our phone, bang, you black out. And listen, they want to say the phone providers and the government people that are talking to the phone people, they want to say that there's no correlation, that they're not doing silent vibrations in your phone to make you pick it up and look at it, and to make you, keep.
It's the only answer now that you say that.
But here's the thing, man. These people are fucked.
Oh.
These people are completely screwed.
Yeah, never mind. They can't be there.
And phone culture is going to be, listen, if phone culture progresses and we don't get it under control and we don't identify this as an actual physical addiction that will kill you.
Phone culture.
Phone culture.
It actually is an addiction, and the thing is a lot of people go.
I just said it was an addiction.
It's phone culture.
And it causes anxiety and depression because you see all these happy people and you're like, my life ain't like that. Well, neither is their life.
That's exactly it. And that's why I started dressing like an absurd person like this, because the internet made me do it.
Yeah, we knew back in 2011 it was all going to be whack.
We
were like, whatever, dude. What's going to do it?
In 2011, we knew the internet's going to suck in 10 years.
Right.
So in order to keep ahead of the curve, we're going to have to dress like complete maniacs.
It's going to suck now, he said.
Because in 10 years, everything's going to suck, and that's going to be what's funny. It's just things that suck now.
They're like, they've been sucking fine. Whatever, let them keep sucking. We don't care anymore.
Yeah, and now here we are reaping the fucking benefits, cleaning house off of the fucking indulgence of internet culture.
Still sucking.
But we are saying this, though. When you look at your phone and you find out that you're blacking out, know what you did.
I've been there, baby.
I know what you did on that phone when you blacked out, baby. Okay? You had an endorphin release, and then you compartmentalized it, and you repressed it.
I got the source code.
Exactly.
We know.
We've read Freud. We have read Freud.
It's open source.
We're entering a world that is basically a combination of Freud and phone culture.
So you guys might look ridiculous, though, but I heard your latest album. I got a little taste of it. You guys are incredible musicians, too.
Thank you.
And I love the fact you guys are original in a way that you have flute solos, but you guys are better than Jethro Tull when it comes to that. Because you guys are heavier.
Wow.
I prefer heavier music, and nothing against Jethro Tull, but they're more of the classic sound. You guys are rock and roll.
No, that's really, it means so much to us, man.
Thank you very much. I mean, here's the thing. We're influenced by the Jethro Tull, and we're influenced by a lot of different things, truthfully. The Jethro Tull is obviously, I'm playing the flute. There's only so many people who are playing the flute in rock bands. But yeah, we got to rock it out, baby. We got to take it up another Tull level. Basically, we're like Jethro Tull 2X. 2X Tull is how I describe it to people. Basically, think about that, and then add in a little, even a little more hard rock.
Yeah, you guys are like the modern Jethro Tull, if that's like, I mean that in the most positive way possible.
Hey man, we're huge Tull fans. I mean, except for the fact that they're British.
Right.
That's it. That's the only.
My thing I have against Jethro Tull was the fact that they won Hard Rock or Metal Band of the Year when they were against Metallica in the 90s. That
sounds like a bit of the higher ups pulling the strings. They're not understanding what the people believe in. Let's just be honest. Freaking Green Book won Best Picture. No one cares. Forrest Gump beat Pulp Fiction. Nobody cared. It doesn't matter. The award shows, we got to learn to not value these award shows, baby, because they're run by old dweebs who are 10 years behind the curve.
That's why we're also very inspired by heroes everywhere, every day.
Who?
Heroes everywhere. Everyday heroes, man. People out there getting it done.
Like the Rock Hall of Fame, for instance. Look at fucking Run DMC.
Run DMC's in the Rock Hall of Fame? Well, I'm into that. Is that bad?
Yeah, but Iron Maiden's not in there. Judas Priest wasn't in there. A lot of rock bands.
Is it a race?
Wait, who? Iron Maiden and Judas Priest are not in the Rock Hall of Fame?
Judas Priest is now, but they weren't when Run DMC was inducted.
Whatever, man. It's not a race. Who cares?
It's also, honestly,
you're in, baby.
You're valuing these guys too much. We're giving them their power, baby.
You can't always get what what you want.
Well, did you see though? I thought this was funny though. They decided to do the Sex Pistols. They inducted them, and the Sex Pistols wrote this huge note about how the Hall of Fame means nothing to them. They're a piss stain to the rock community, and I'm like, now that is rock and roll.
That is pretty rock and roll. Weren't the Sex Pistols not even a real band? Didn't some producer just make up the Sex Pistols or some shit like that?
I never heard that.
I could be wrong. Look this up. I spew a lot of misinformation because I'm on the internet and a podcast, and it's my job to be on the internet and a podcast to spew misinformation. But I will go ahead and look up that, whether or not the Sex Pistols were made up by some douchebag clean-cut dude and that they're just all a bunch of poser dweebs. I could be wrong.
Don't take our word for it.
Don't take our word for it because, like I said, we don't know. I am making this up.
We're not even doing
that. I love how you should run for president.
No, I should not. No. Hard no.
Because you're like, oh, don't worry, I'm just making this up.
We already had some dude doing that. Yeah. Some dude did that for 4 years. It was crazy.
He didn't care. No one cared.
He didn't care at all. He just did this.
Life goes on, baby.
Life goes on. You got to listen. You can't get caught up in who got elected president of the United States for 4 years.
No, because it's the same person every time. It's just a different skin.
Whoa!
Like it's a different human being, but it is the same.
Different, like, reptilian.
Listen, if you're trying to say that the presidents of the United States are reptilian robots, then we 100% agree. Okay.
I couldn't believe it, but I'm on board.
The last podcast that I went off on some crazed tear discussing how the president of the United States was in cahoots with Bigfoot, but I do not want to go down that hole right now, even though it is 100% true. And
Bigfoot's you.
So listen.
I think it's Mothman. I think he's in cahoots with Mothman.
The Mothman. Listen, I was just thinking about what we should do for Halloween. It never occurred to me because we usually dress up, as we were thinking about doing the Universal Monsters or something like that.
Yeah. We can't figure it out.
What if we were Bigfoot, Mothman, New Jersey Devil, and the Loch Ness Monster?
Or Chupacabra.
What'd you say?
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra, good one too. Listen, so let's get into it. I feel like maybe since this is the second podcast in a row that it's ending on a conspiracy theorist whim, that this could be something about me that takes this here. But then again, it could just be the nature of podcasts. Once again, just leads people towards talking about fucking insane shit.
You talking about the costume?
This is what happens when you don't have a plan, America. Like, listen, you can't just go ahead and say the form is podcasts and expect people to do anything but make it all up.
What are you, Seinfeld?
Once the form is podcasts, that means it's all fucked. That means there's no writing at all. No one's writing anything.
It's a show
the
about
whole
nothing,
thing is made up. It's a show about nothing.
It's a show about nothing.
It's a show about nothing.
That's going to be my new tagline. Show about nothing.
It's a good idea. It's a genius. Listen. No,
it's original.
It's good. It's original, yeah.
So speaking of random ass topics, I was thinking this the other day. Would you consider cereal to be a form of soup?
No. Effing cereal, man.
Cereal soup.
Listen. No vegetable
in there.
All right.
No broth.
Before we say yes or no, let's unpack the question a bit.
Hell if there's some meat.
What are the qualifying factors that make something a soup? And what are the qualifying factors that make something a cereal?
Just getting this wet food in a bowl.
Can soup be cold? I think is the first question.
Gazpacho.
And so yes, soup can be cold. So we know that that's not going to be an exclusion factor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So aside from that, what else makes a soup a soup?
Why do we got to make cereal a soup?
Soup can be creamy, right?
Yes.
There can be a roux-based soup, so it's not that the inclusion of milk excludes it.
Exactly, because there are milk soups.
Clam chowder.
Clam chowder is a milk soup.
Corn chowder.
Corn chowder is a milk soup.
Mm-hmm. And the cereal, there's grain, and there are grains in certain soups.
There's grain and bread. Is that a soup?
Now, is part of this implication of soup is that it is cooked and it does simmer?
You don't have to have hot soup because there is cold soups.
They got hot cereal.
But yeah, do they have hot cereal?
Yes, they do have hot cereal. Oatmeal.
You want to tell me oatmeal is soup? I'll listen to that.
If you want to say,
I'll listen to you on oatmeal.
If oatmeal is soup, yes.
I'll be damned if you're going to sit here and tell me cereal is soup.
Cereal is soup.
No.
That's like the old topic, is water wet?
Agree to disagree, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Water is wet. What?
Water's not wet. You make things wet by using water. You can't make water wet.
He was stepping on my computer. I had to get it. He was stepping on my computer. My fault.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Sometimes it's like that, you know. We're live.
Listen, we'll probably only got like 10 more minutes. I'll be perfectly honest with you. They booked us to do
we got a video, man.
We got a freaking video shoot. We didn't want to do this. I'd prefer to just sit around here and gab all day. But
I want to do the video. It's going to be fun. All the friends are going to be there.
We'd love to have you guys back.
Fine.
This is fun. We talk about it's a show about nothing. I mean, what's better than a show about nothing? It's incredible.
Before we go, though, I know you guys are big weed enthusiasts and big weed consumers. What's your favorite strains?
Cali Wildfire.
Cali Wildfire is his favorite strain. My favorite strain is, I'm anti-strains. Not a lot of people know that a lot of weed users are anti-strains. It's a sect of the weed using community that's anti-strains. Mm-hmm. You know, I remember a day when there was two kinds of weed, headies and beasters. Okay, That's really I come from the old school. Okay, there's joints which are full of seeds and stems. There's beasters, which is a decent bag of fucking weed, and then there's headies, which is that fire. Okay, that's all I do. I mean, like, I'm sorry that I still just go up to people and say, like, can I get a nickel bag? And I know that I'm not.
Those were the days.
I'm not on the new cannabis wave in the way that a lot of people are. They obviously, people think of us as weed icons. That's true.
Gotta do it.
But
wear it like a pair of shoes.
We don't know what's going on. Truthfully, we are not in the scene. If someone hands me an edible, I eat it because just like I would eat a hit of acid if someone handed it to me. But I don't know what the hell's going on.
I'm an enthusiast, just like you, man.
I get what you're saying though, but I think it's kind of funny in medical states. You go to a dispensary, it's supposed to be a medicinal, kind of like a pharmacy, and you're like, I would like some green crack. Can I smell my medicine?
You gotta do it. Listen, I mean, like,
that is kind of funny. You wouldn't really walk in doing that with some aspirin.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. You're like, that's some good aspirin.
You would look crazy if you just licked the aspirin.
Yeah. No, but it's a good thing that it's crazy that we've been accepted status quo submission in that way. Now that we don't lick aspirin,
right?
And that we as a society don't lick our own aspirin is great. We should know. Like, I'm the type of person that walks into a meat shop and asks, "Who slaughtered this pig?" Okay, yeah. Who's the butcher? And that's why I lick my aspirin as well.
So I'm going to see you at Walmart when you come to Ohio just licking aspirin.
I don't lick aspirin, but I don't go to Walmart either.
Lick my aspirin at home, baby.
Yeah.
So, guys, you guys want to promote some shows coming up before I let you go do your shoot?
Yeah, baby.
We'd love to do that. Let me just pull up our website so I get it right.
Well, I have them listed if you want me to just list them for you.
Yeah, do it for me, baby. I'd love it.
All right, we have the show on the 6th of next month, River Bottom Nightmare at Buffalo Ironworks in Buffalo, New York. Tickets are $15 or $20. Is it 15 for you guys, 20 at the door? Is that how that works?
15 for us, 20 for you.
Okay. You guys pay 15, they pay 20. Are you guys playing that night?
I didn't make up the rules. I think it's BS too. I think it's BS. I tried to talk to the promoter and said, I'm not paying to get in. He said, yes, you are.
You know promoters, baby. They got to make money.
We also have on the 20th of next month, Dad Rock at the G Lodge in Hannibal, New York.
Yep, incredible. The G Lodge, incredible venue.
Where can people get tickets? Where can people get tickets for these events? The only one that I found tickets for was the River Bottom Nightmare release party.
Both, the other ones are, like, I think that you just gotta show up and try to, just get in and stuff.
You gotta come hang out or what?
Yeah, the one you should come to the one in Cleveland, man. Or I think it's Cleveland. Yeah, I'd love to see you. Where are you in Ohio?
I am closer to Wheeling, West Virginia area.
So okay.
Cleveland's about 2 hours, but I'll drive it. I just have to figure out how to get tickets.
Yeah, that one doesn't have any tickets yet, but I'll email the dude and let you know.
Okay, thank you. Also on May 25th, Photo City Music Hall in Rochester, New York.
Very prestigious.
Prestigious venue, prestigious city.
Prestigious band.
One of the highest crime rates in the world.
We're the #1 band.
Highest crime rate, so you can hear gunshots while well-worn boots playing.
Not gun crime. Gun crime is, we don't talk about gun crime. Too fucked up.
We're out.
So,
We're out. Peace.
On June 16th, B-side with the Super Babes in Cleveland, Ohio. Well, wait, that's July, sorry. In July 16th. And then you guys are playing a festival. July 20th through the 22nd, Early Bird Music and Arts Festival in Jamestown, New York.
Yeah,
Jamestown, baby. You know we love Jamestown.
Jamestown's incredible. In a year, we're going to put out a live album. It's called Live from Jamestown.
Live from Jamestown.
Live from Jamestown.
I can't wait for that because I did see a live video of you guys performing. You guys sound incredible live.
They love us at Jamestown, man.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Also, guys, check out on 420, Golden Urchin is coming out. That's a music video, correct? Is what you guys are
Golden
releasing?
Urchin, we're going to do the actual studio song is going to be available on Bandcamp, definitely. And we'll do Spotify too if they cave to our demands.
Right now, they won't.
They won't cave to the demands though. We've been emailing them the list of the things. They don't do it. But yeah, you'll be able to see it. Check our social networking at Well-Worn Boot on Facebook, and you'll see the stuff.
And also the new album River Bottom Nightmare is coming out next month on the 6th. You guys are doing a album release party at Buffalo Ironworks, as I mentioned, and you can also find all that information at the link right there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow these guys. These guys are rocking. You guys are the future of music.
Thank you, baby.
Dude, you are an utter professional and a pleasure to talk to. We'd love to come back on the Pink Sock Podcast, by the way.
All right, go ahead and send me a message whenever you guys are available. Hell, we can even have you on just for we do sometimes random topics, movie reviews, music reviews. So you're more than welcome to always come on when you're available.
Yeah, man.
Don't get me going on Avatar, baby.
You let us know.
All right. See you guys and have a fun shoot. And as always, everyone, live long, rock hard. Go check out